Welcome to Comic Power. I am your host, Comic Killer 72. Today we're doing a new segment called the Quick Flip. In comic book investing terminology, the quick flip normally means you have something for a very short period of time that you sell for a profit and had no intention of holding it for the long term. At my channel, I'm going to incorporate the phrase quick flip and make it mean real down and dirty, real fast information about this channel and other comic book news. Today we're going to do it in 9 minutes, 28 seconds. Okay, now that you understand, let's go ahead and get right into it. If you haven't heard yet, DC is going to do a live action adaptation of the Teen Titans. They're just going to call it Titans, and they're going to publish it on a web series that Warner Brothers has not unveiled yet. They cast all the actors, is in production, and we got good news and bad news. The good news is they cast an actor named Britton DeWaits, an Australian actor who's going to play Nightwing. And the first images to leak of him are in the old Robin costume. Nightwing is Dick Grayson, the original Robin. So if he starts out as Robin and then upgrades to Nightwing, that'll be pretty cool. So what does Chuck Norris think of this? Thumbs up? I agree. That brings us to the bad news. And Starfire, Beast Boy, and Raven look subpar. The look on Starfire has been the most controversial. I'll get to that last. But first, let's start with Beast Boy and Raven. Beast Boy is going to be played by Ryan Potter. He's famous for doing the voice for Hero in Big Hero 6. His father is Japanese and his mother is white, so he has this very interesting ethnic look. We don't have a lot to go on other than his hair is going to be green. To be fair, this is a very hard character to nail down. This version of Beast Boy, also known as Changeling, looked like this in the comics, and he was green as his natural default skin tone. In animated form, he can either look like this, in other versions, he looked like this. When he's cosplayed, the character looks downright campy. A big question I have is, with a TV budget, will they do justice to the Beast Boy character? Because the CGI of him turning into big green animals is going to be enormous in terms of cost. In terms of how this looks right now, I give it a C+. Next up is Raven. She's going to be played by Tegan Croft. This Australian actress is only 14 years old and the youngest of the cast. When she was first introduced in the new Teen Titans, she looked like this in the comics. A very sexy looking purple witch, which seemed to be an answer to Marvel's Scarlet Witch. There's been many different incarnations of this character in animated form, such as this one you're seeing here. And unlike Beast Boy, when done properly in cosplay, it looks stunning. They did a 6-issue miniseries with this character starting in 2016. They made the character look less of a sexy 18-year-old and more of a angst-ridden 14-year-old. So I see what they're going for, but these first images just don't quite capture that. I also give this a C-. Now for the one that's the most controversial, and that's the actress Anna Jopp playing Starfire. She's best known for having a reoccurring role in the television series 24 Legacy. And her first images as Starfire basically broke the internet with negative feedback. Let's state the obvious, this does not look good at all. Since her introduction in the new Teen Titans, she originally looked like this. Over the course of the history of this character, she's always been presented as being the one as the most sexy, the cheesecake, and the head-turning hot one. This clearly seemed to be DC's answer to Jean Grey when she became the Phoenix. The red hair, the sexiness, and some of the power set is pretty similar. There's been animated versions of this character which they've toned it down a little bit in the sexiness. She's a cosplay favorite, as you can see, and if you have the look and the body of a model, then you can pull this off and it will look stunning. And this leaked image of Starfire by Anna Jopp does not in any way possible look presentable. Now let's address the biggest part of the contention about this. There are some people that are mad because they believe that Starfire is supposed to be played by a white actress. I don't think that most people that say that are racist. I just think they're misguided. And there are two reasons. Number one, the character is an alien. So the whole idea of black, white, Chinese, or whatever doesn't make any sense. And number two, the character has never been depicted in live action before. So there's no precedent of what the character is supposed to look like. And Superman is an alien too. However, there is precedent. He's been played by a white man with dark hair since the 1940s in live action. So Starfire being an alien and never being portrayed in live action means that anyone could play the role. So I'm not mad at it because she's not white. I'm mad at it because it just doesn't look good. That probably has to be the worst wig I ever saw in my life. Where they find this thing? Goodwill? Okay, let's say that Warner Brothers mandated that there be more diversity among the Titans since they can't use Cyborg. And someone at Warner Brothers made the decision that Starfire must be black. Well, they should have picked someone hotter to play the role. And sorry to shame her, but I don't see Anna Jopp as drop dead gorgeous. So allow me to take over casting for Warner Brothers and give them some choices choices of African American actresses, which would have been better? They could have picked Selena Kay. She's not very well known. She's an actress from Buffalo with some very small roles, but the camera really loves her. I'm surprised she hasn't had more success in Hollywood yet. Or they could have picked model Yaya DaCosta. She was the runner-up on season 3 of America's Next Top Model. She's best known for playing Whitney Houston in a Lifetime movie. Being a 5'8" model, they could do all types of things with her in terms of wardrobe. Or my number 1 pick, if they wanted an African American actress for Starfire, would have been Portia Williams, best known for her role on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and the former wife of former NFL player KORDELL Stewart. Without getting too explicit in the description, she's that bombshell that you're expecting to see on a character like Starfire. Look at this picture of her on the cover of Crave magazine and tell me that you can't see her as Starfire. So if you had your pick between Anna Jopp and Portia Williams as Starfire, which one would you pick? This beats this. A lot of viewers of this channel think that I'm just biased against DC, but man, look at the decisions they make. Hey, Warner Brothers, you still got time to upgrade Starfire and upgrade the wardrobe. Amateur cosplayers with a limited budget are kicking your butt. Come on, get serious. I hope that Titans will be good, but I don't have any confidence that it will be. So you know what's next? Next up is the speculation pick of the week. And for April 25th, 2018, your pick of the week is Thanos Annual #1. He's up to his usual thing, you know, being the most evil being in the universe. And this issue, of course, is guest starring the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Since he first showed up in Thanos issue number 13, he's been an instant fan favorite. And since Marvel can't help themselves, they're going to give a limited series to the Cosmic Ghost Rider in July. But right now, it's all about Thanos. At the time I make this video, we're just about 9 days away from the Infinity War movie, in which he'll be the big bad to end all big bads. The runner-up this week is going to be the Hunt for Wolverine #1. From a storyline back in 2015, Wolverine was killed and his body was engulfed like a statue made of adamantium. After they did Battle World and a whole bunch of comic craziness, the new continuity had X-23 taking on the mantle of Wolverine in the classic uniform. And Wolverine was depicted as Old Man Logan. And because comics are weird, Marvel went through this whole 2-year period where they confused the hell out of their fans, and they're back to reset now. So this summer coming up, we're going to get our old Wolverine back, and X-23 will have her own title under her own name. But taking over the Wolverine title actually helped boost the character a little bit with more name recognition, and the younger version they did on the live action Logan movie actually helped too. Overall, it's a pretty weak week. These are more curiosity picks more than anything. As I mentioned earlier, we're about 9 days away from the Infinity War dropping, and we're on the eve of one of the most anticipated movies ever. If Marvel made more than $1.3 billion with Black Panther, what are they going to make when they unite Black Panther, the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, literally everybody, against Thanos, a character that Marvel has been building up slowly for 6 years. There's been all types of rumors about which characters will make their first appearance in this, like Silver Surfer or stuff like that, but no confirmed leak has actually dropped. They've managed to keep this stuff top secret like it's information in the Pentagon or something. And allegedly they have filmed several false scenes, so even the actors won't know the final cut of this movie. So that way nobody can blab by accident. Let's face it, Tom Holland, the actor that plays Spider-Man, he can't hold water. Do not tell him your secrets because he's blabbing. And I do believe that you will see characters that are not announced making their Marvel Cinematic debut, but it will be characters that Marvel owns, none of the Fox characters or anything like that. I'll talk about that more in detail next week before the movie drops. You know the drill. Subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and share it on social media so others can learn about comic power. Once again, thank you to all my subscribers and viewers. It only gets better from here.